I wanted to make a guitar bracket to hang my 3 guitars that I have at home here, and the idea was one of the sides going to be brass, and then the other side is going to be copper. And I've ordered this copper bar for the other peg, so we're going to have 6 pegs in all, and then in between the pegs I've decided to do some musical wire shapes again. So I think that's a quaver and a triple clef and a bass clef, and then hopefully they'll come out as nice as that one did. There's a lot of scope here for making it look like a dog's dinner, but we'll give it a go and see what happens, and you can come along for the ride and just see how it turns out. Well, what I'll do is put a V-bit into the router and to get a nice finish all the way around the outside. The middle one is a 6-string guitar. I got this for my mum and dad brought me for my 16th birthday, I think. That was a while ago. And then to the one side of it, I've got the bass. I used to play in a band in the late 80s, early 90s, and I used to use this one for it. Now it's got a massive crack up there. Too much abuse, I think, over the years. A bit like myself, really. And then this one, with its dodgy strap, belonged to my son, and he brought it when we were living in New Zealand, and it's actually nicer than my one. Don't tell him that way. He doesn't play it anymore, so I do. I thought it would look nice the way it's arranged, bass either side, and then the 6-string in the middle, and then the curves of the bass allow the curve of the 6-string to sit in the middle. And also what I want to do, because the shapes of the necks are all different kind of sizes, I want it so the pins, one brass and one copper, either side, are roughly in the middle of the wooden bracket. But the shapes of the head on the 2 bases, they're slightly different. So one peg's going to be up, one peg's going to be down, and they're in a different place on this one too. So as long as I can get the pins roughly in the middle, then it wouldn't look too out of place. I'm going to work out where these pins go, drill them, and not fit them at the moment, because there's scope for it all to go belly up, because I'm then going to try and do the copper inlay. There's no point in me fitting these if I cock up on the copper inlay, then I'll have to start all over again. So I'd rather get the bad bit out of the way, and then if that works, it's a Billy bonus. Right, technical cock up number 1. I brought the brass last year to do the slate top table, the pins and that, and the copper I brought last week, 12mm, 1/2 inch. Better learn to read properly then, haven't I? One for copper, one for brass. This is where it could all go wrong, and I've just wasted a whole weekend. The inlaying of the copper, but I was thinking of doing copper, because I've got copper and brass pegs. I'm going to do that one in copper, and I'm going to try and do that one in brass. I've got the brass wire, but it's a bit thick. It's difficult to bend, but I just think it'd look nicer if we had one brass, one brass and one copper, and see how it looks. Mind you, see how it looks. Once I've done it, it's done it. I can't undo it. Using the carbon paper, I've now transferred it over to the wood. Same with the other one. All I've got to do now is hours of careful chiseling and hours of bending copper and brass wire. Right, it's happened. I've had a disaster. The middle of my treble clef has all fallen out, the bits and pieces, and crumbled to nothing. So I'm not sure what to do now. I've got an idea. I've got a sheet of copper and a sheet of brass, and I'm going to do something with it to cover up those two. Not sure what, but I'm going to do it. Right, due to the dog's dinner of outcome of that wire inlay, I've decided to cover them up and cut my losses really. So I've made this diamond out of teak, and then I'm going to have two of them, and I'm going to put copper in one and then brass in the other one. Nobody will ever know. Put them in this block of wood because I've just given them a buff up with the old brasso to make them all nice and shiny, and then I'm going to keep them in there, and then what I'm going to do is do a coat of this metal lacquer so it tries to keep part of the shine that's been brought up with the brasso. Well, this is it finished. Fixing wise, I fixed the bracket itself behind the necks of the guitars, and also I got some black felt and cut some little bits off and put it around the corners of the neck because I wanted to see the copper and brass pins itself. And then that is it. Of course, these have turned out all right because it's covering a little bit of a cock up, don't tell anybody. And that's it. Just hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a long video, but if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and see you on the next one. Cheers.